15 seconds. Oh, we're there.
And we're there. We're live. Welcome to Pure Nintendo's March 27th podcast, our 218th podcast. I don't know what number we're on. Sounds good. I'm joined by, close enough, somewhere around there. No one knows.
Yes.
I'm joined with these fine gentlemen again. I'll let them introduce themselves and answer. I don't think I've asked, what's your favorite dessert?
Oh.
We'll start all the way, I guess, the left person. I don't know.
Is that me?
Same. Yeah, I think that's.
Yeah, Ben
Hey, it's me. It's Ben. Favorite? I'm Ben. Is that what we? I don't know what I'm doing. I'll just say I had this dessert the other day. It was first you take 2 Oreos and you smother them in peanut butter. Okay, it's sounding good already.
That's all I need, honestly.
Whoa, it gets better. Then you put them in a muffin pan and you pour brownie mix on top of it.
What?
Yeah. And so then you bake it like a brownie, and holy smokes, it's pretty amazing.
Wow.
So, I had that a few weeks ago, and that has to be at least on the top of my list. Top 10 best desserts I've ever had.
Wow.
Alright, I'm Justin, also known as J Money, and ice cream is by far my favorite dessert.
What ice cream? Which one?
Oh, what
Yeah,
ice cream?
Pick one.
I'm gonna say chocolate chip cookie dough.
That's a good choice.
Yeah.
And
You go ahead.
Okay, I'll go. And I'm James, and my favorite dessert, depending on my mood, if you know what that means, is either cheesecake or baklava.
Baklava is a good one.
Yeah, that's good. Well, hey, I'm Justin, the non-J Money Justin, and I like strawberry shortcake. It's a good summer dessert, and anything chocolate, it's good. So
You can't go wrong with chocolate.
yeah.
And now I want dessert.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
All right, so let's go through some of the highlights of the news the last 2 weeks. Actually, there was a lot more than I thought there was. Last night, I think it was last night. Yeah, last night Nintendo shows off the new part of the April update, and the new Wii U menu speed that seemed to be twice as fast.
Yeah. It seemed at least twice as fast, like 22 seconds versus 8 seconds, something like that. So a little more than twice as fast. So that's pretty good. At least there's not 2 load screens. That was the problem before. Like it did the Wii U menu, and it would sit there. There wasn't like a loading spinner or anything. It would just sit there for about 12 seconds, and then it would go to a please wait spinner, and then it would load up the menu or whatever. So I'm glad that they're getting into that.
And finally, we got a release date for Tokyo Story 2, April 1st, and it's been 100% confirmed. I think it's interesting they announced it before it was actually 100% confirmed by Nintendo. But according to their blog post, it was because they didn't want the news to get lost in all the GDC PAX stuff going on. So I guess it was wise of them.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yep. Donkey Kong Country returns May 24th.
Yes.
Wow.
Excited about that. So that was quicker than I thought. They said summer, so I was thinking after E3 sometime, or maybe around E3. But anyways, it's exciting.
Very exciting. And one news that I posted about, but I didn't really think about until I went back, is Fire Emblem Awakening is a bestseller.
Wow.
In the first month, it sold 180,000 units.
Wow.
But what I found was interesting is 117,000 of them were retail and 60,000 of them were downloads. That's about, 40% were download, which I didn't think it would have been that high for downloading. And I heard it was hard to find. Maybe that's why a lot of people turn to downloads. That's pretty impressive for Nintendo's download for games for the 3DS.
Yeah. I was gonna say it was probably because of availability. Because I remember, a lot of people couldn't find it, so they're like, "I want the game so bad, I'm gonna download it." So, that it may have not been people's first choice. So maybe that number skewed a little bit, but I know that people just wanted the game so bad that they were probably doing anything they could to play it. So, and it is a great game. So.
I think it's over like 200,000 now. I think it's the
wow.
I hope it keeps going. I mean, it's a we just need good sales on all those too.
Mm-hmm. And I know Justin and I talked about this. I'm curious what everyone else thinks. I don't know if you guys saw the post where the Wonderful 101 is listed as coming soon on the eShop channel.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you guys think April, May? Is that soon, or is November soon for Nintendo? One of those type of questions.
Right.
I don't know that it's going to be as soon as April or May. I think they might wait a little longer than that, but I don't know. The releases for the Wii U seem to be kind of like drying up, so they might try and bring that release date a little earlier rather than pushing it too far toward the summer.
Yeah, I mean, coming soon, it really doesn't say anything. Coming soon could literally be 6 months or more. Like, coming soon just says, oh, we're making this game, it's on the horizon.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Until we have a date, I just feel like it's really hard to speculate.
See, the thing that was catching people was that it was with games, like it was with Toki Tori 2 that comes out in April, and I think Lego City was the other one in there that came out a week later.
Yeah.
So that's what is weird about it. It's not like, oh, here's a whole bunch of list of games that are coming soon.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, here's Toki Tori 2, here's Lego City, and here's 101, Wonderful 101.
Because what's significant about it is, sure, they could have put Wonderful 101 on the eShop just to have like some trailers to build up some, hype for it on the eShop. Someone's looking for something. Oh, cool, what's this game? Watch a trailer, get them excited about it. But they didn't put any other games like that, like Pikmin 3 or anything like that, don't have listed in the eShop. So, and I did look on Nintendo's press website, and their release date listing that they show, they actually put Game & Wario coming out next on the list, then Wonderful 101, then Pikmin 3, then Wii Fit U. So I think that ordering, I think Game & Wario and Wonderful 101 are going to come out a lot sooner than Pikmin 3 and Wii Fit. Wii Fit I could see coming out end of the year sometime, just as a casual holiday title or something. But
I thought they were targeting that to come out with one of the updates or something like that.
The Wii Fit?
Yeah, I thought they said that during one of their
possibly
one of their videos.
I haven't heard much about Wii Fit U in the last couple Nintendo Directs. They haven't mentioned it, but
yeah, because the one where they first announced the Wii U or the Virtual Console trial campaign thing, they mentioned Wii Fit U briefly during that.
That's true. Yeah, the 30-30 campaign thing. Right?
Yeah, so they mentioned it somewhere in there, and that's where I was like, maybe they kind of hinted at when it might be coming out there. So
yeah, because
I'd have to actually go back.
Yeah, they mentioned like scheduling that you could do, some of the stuff you could do in Wii U and stuff, or Wii Fit U.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see it honestly in May. We got the release date recently for Donkey Kong. There's nothing for Nintendo release date wise the rest of the year for the Wii U, at least that has a firm date.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I think you got to come out with something in May. Whether it's just Game & Wario, maybe Wonderful 101's post E3 or something. But part of the problem you deal with is if you have a game that's at multiple E3s. I don't know. It just kills some of the hype for it. I don't know. Unless you show off some big enhancements for it. But I know games in the past that have done 2 E3s, and some games they're at 2 E3s and they come out like a week after that second E3. It just gets lost in all the, the news from E3 and people on summer break, stuff like that. But I don't know. I think if you can get people in May, then it's better than waiting until August or something.
Yeah.
And this past weekend was PAX East. I said we were going to talk about it, but I don't know really much. There wasn't much from it, except for DuckTales Remastered.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
Woohoo!
That was the one thing I remember. That was huge.
I was singing that theme song all day that
Yeah.
day. Yeah.
Well, it's from what I hear, PAX East was a big showcase for a lot of indies.
Yeah.
That there were probably a lot more indie-wise than major publishers.
Yeah, well, what's interesting about PAX East this year. It had to have been the biggest year of PAX East for sure, by far. But Ubisoft was there. They showed off Watch Dogs behind closed doors or whatever. They showed off Assassin's Creed 4. So a huge publisher like Ubisoft was there. I think Injustice was there. Gods Among Us. And they had a big showing. They did. They even did like some play sessions. I don't know if you guys saw any of that. But Friday and Saturday they did some live streams where they just showcased battles. They're like, hey, let's have people play it. And so they had a booth set up that they were just live streaming, and they have people come in and they were just playing the game. And there's some really cool stuff that they showed off. Mostly, some of the stuff was for fighting. Hardcore fighting fans. They showed off this whole demo mode where you could see all the details. It's like I forget what they called it, but it's like a play test mode in the game where serious fighting fans can hone their moves and work out the timings and combos and all that stuff, and it keeps detailed stats on how long it took you to perform this move, your blocks, all this stuff. So it was very advanced. It was probably the most advanced mode of any modern fighting game that had this. So fighting fans were excited about it, and they showed off a couple new characters, Killer Frost and Ares and stuff. But anyways, that'll be a fun one.
Because I know Renegade Kid announced Colt County, which is their new first-person shooter,
Yep.
and apparently recent news is that it's going to be separated into episodes, and there's going to be like 3 episodes per season. And I think might be 2 seasons from what I last heard. There's going to be like 6 different episodes of this game.
Very interesting.
And then there are other games like Mutant Mudds Deluxe. Shovel Knight was there, I think, and so was Two Brothers Frack Studios.
Yeah, Two Brothers. They had a good showing. It sounds like they had a great show there.
Yeah, they said they had like 800 plus people play the game.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you see their setup, Ben? They set up like Game Boy Pockets or something.
Oh, sweet.
But they were huge. These massive.
Yeah, I think I saw. I saw an image of that from before.
I think
awesome.
they posted on Facebook.
Yeah, I think that's where I saw it.
Yeah, but it was cool. So they had the game running on that as the screen or whatever.
That's awesome. Yeah.
That was an awesome idea.
Yeah. Those guys are great. Some cool retro stuff.
Right now, Moot.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, yeah, I think that was about it from PAX. Yeah, it seemed like it was the biggest year for PAX, but I think they need to change their timing because it's the weekend before GDC, and I don't know. I think they need to move it up earlier, maybe. I think they were trying to coincide with people's spring breaks. I think that was the original goal with that time, but I don't know. You got to move one of them. GDC used to be in early March, like March 10 or something, 10 through 15. So GDC I think needs to move back up or something.
Has PAX always been around this time, or?
No, this is a unique. Yeah, let's see. PAX East 2012 was in April. No. It was March 22nd. Let's see. No, yeah, it was in early April. Yeah, PAX East 2012, early April.
Okay, so before
April 10 through 13, something like that.
So before there was more like a month between the two events then.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with them being so close, I can see what you're talking about, where it might like cause some issues.
Yeah, and developers that we've been talking to, they've been like super slammed because their publishers are like, hey, we want you to expo at PAX and then fly back out to San Francisco and do some demos at GDC.
Yeah.
So developers are just super busy right now. But yeah.
Speaking of GDC, which is going on probably as we speak,
Yeah.
I don't want to say really news, but the big info coming out today was Nintendo Online Framework. And I'm going to leave that up to Justin to talk about because he knows more about that type of stuff than probably any of us does.
Yeah. No, but yeah, this is very exciting. I don't know if anyone saw. We posted about it. James, you posted about the web framework there.
Mm-hmm.
It's very exciting. I know earlier in the week, Dan Adelman from Nintendo, there's an interview he did with Gama Sutra where he confirmed a story that we reported on a month and a half ago from our sources that Nintendo was getting rid of their office space requirement for developers. So he confirmed that. He also confirmed that Unity 3D, that engine that they announced way back, a partnership with Wii U, that they were going to offer the pro version of Wii U Unity for free for developers. And then this week, today, they showed off Nintendo Web Framework. And why this is really exciting, there's tons of cool possibilities with it. But basically, you can use HTML5, CSS3, JavaScript, all the foundations of web apps as we know them today. You can use that to develop Wii U apps or even games. And the cool thing is, if you even go to Nintendo's, they have a GDC website, you can actually sign up as an individual or as a company now. And you can request information on Nintendo Web Framework or the Unity Pro package that they have for the Wii U. I've been looking at a lot of the cool stuff with the web framework. I saw some tweets today from GDC. Developers were excited about it at the show floor. Nintendo's actually showing a demo of like a basic platformer that's all built in their web framework. Now, the cool thing is, it seems like they're providing a little bit of a software development kit for developers. So it's not just, anyone who can make a website, code a game using HTML and CSS. They actually have some tools that they're going to give you with this web framework that'll help facilitate that. And one of the tweets that I saw said that there's actually a publish button. So when you're done making your game or your little web app or something you want to have on the Wii U, there's a publish button, and it sends it directly to Nintendo for approval. So it's going to be a super streamlined process for indie devs going forward. That's even more streamlined than getting on Android. So it's exciting to see. Mostly, I do development, my free time, so I get all geeked out on this. But it's exciting to see Nintendo showing some initiative, and especially with web standards. I think that's just it's going to be really cool because basically any web app that you have out there, like HBO Go or any of these TV networks that have their own apps on all the app stores, most of them are web-based clients. So you build a simple web-based client for the Wii U, you've got HBO Go app on your Wii U. The possibilities are endless from there. When I actually signed up for a developer account today, just to play around in my free time. What free time I have. But, the interesting thing that they showed was, what do you want to develop for the Wii U? And they mentioned social networking applications. So potentially you could have, like Twitter apps or Facebook apps or something on the Wii U in the future. Anyways, I'm going to keep talking. So.
Do you think this could, obviously it sounds like something Nintendo's done in the positive direction.
Yeah.
How big do you think this could be for Nintendo?
I mean, I think it could be huge. You know, we're seeing a lot of momentum on the indie side with the Wii U, which is really cool. I think. You know, we're seeing some steps backwards. I think in third-party support. You know, we see certain games not announcing versions for the Wii U, and it's like, oh, come on, But we see lots of strides with the Wii U eShop. This web framework is huge. Because once developers know about it, when Nintendo, spreads this out and gets it out there, the possibilities are very exciting. Because you could potentially, this is another cool thing, you could potentially have cross-platform play. So since it's a web framework, if you have a web app that's on iPhone, iOS or Android, and then you make a web app for the Wii U, you could potentially have a game or app or something that you could play with other people on mobile phones or tablets, and also with people on the Wii U. So you could have, I've been thinking about ideas, brainstorming ideas. You could have someone playing like a card game on the Wii U, and then you could have someone playing that same card game on their iPhone or iPad, and you're just playing on two separate platforms, but everything's all groovy.
Huh.
Yeah.
Here's my ultimate, I guess you can say, dream for it.
Yeah.
And to give a little preview of my article in the next magazine of the E3 is that I think Nintendo is going to announce Wii U features at E3. And this could be what it is. It could be actually kind of like an app store or something. Like, hey, this is where you can go and download HBO Go or this Twitter app or this third party that Pure Nintendo created or whatever, or third party that so-and-so created, and you can have this little app on your Wii U menu that you can go in and play a game or mess around with a feature. It could be a cookbook or whatever, kind of like a tablet in your hand, like the gamepad type of thing. I think that's the ultimate possibility that they could do with this.
I think it's, really brilliant and a huge step in the right direction. And I'm just thinking, okay, that's going to be great on the Wii, but wait till they bring it to our DSs. That's going to be, that's the perfect combat to all these phone games.
Yeah.
It'll be, all these apps on the phone, like you'll be able to have that on your DS. I think it's going to be a really huge, it's going to have lots of impact, I'm sure.
Definitely. So, yeah, it's exciting. We'll keep you posted on stuff that we hear from the show. Very exciting.
Yeah. All right, so I guess we can talk about that said was an announced game, I guess you can say. Justin hinted at it earlier. Battlefield 4.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
First, I want to say this. Justin and I had this conversation last week. I think it was like Thursday.
Yes.
We were talking about Battlefield, and the first information of Battlefield started coming out. We're like, there's no way it cannot come to the Wii U. There's no way it won't come to the Wii U. It's coming to the PS3, it's coming to 360. It's a no-brainer coming to the Wii U. Yeah. Boy, were we wrong.
Boy, were we wrong. Boy, were we stupid. Yeah. Man, what a blow. I don't know. It's just, I thought we were slowly getting past that point of developers not having Wii U versions ready to go. I can understand, a year ago and even launch games not having a Wii U version because, well, they started their development cycle 2 years ago, and they didn't even have development kits for the Wii U. They got 360, they got PS3 dev kits. That's what they've been working on. The Wii U was coming out late in their dev cycle, so they didn't do a Wii U version because it would add more cost, blah, blah, blah. May not pay off, etc. But, right now, especially for a game that's coming out at the end of the year, so it's not a game that's coming out right now where the Wii U sales are still low. You've got, a few million Wii U's out there, which is still, not something to shy from, I don't think. So when you have a game and you see other games like Watch Dogs, coming to the Wii U, you see the same date as all the other systems, and then you see Assassin's Creed 4 come in to the Wii U the same day as all the other systems. Ubisoft's got it right because they're covering all the bases. It doesn't take that much to optimize it for the Wii U. I mean, for Battlefield, all I need is a map on the screen. Don't reinvent the wheel. I mean, you want to define laziness, then look at EA, look at DICE. I don't mind calling them out. I'm sure they'll email us, hopefully. But as a Battlefield fan, I like Call of Duty games, but I like variety. Call of Duty has a lot of variety. You've got engineer class, medics, you've got vehicles, you've got air vehicles, you've got naval vehicles in this new one. I mean, there's so much variety in that, and I don't know. To me, as a developer, I would want to get that out to as many audiences as I could. So
that's the same thing Ubisoft said about Rayman Legend. It's like, oh, we want to get out to as much people as we can. And EA is kind of saying the opposite. Oh, we don't want to get out to what we can because we want to focus on a certain amount of people. It's like,
Right.
Well, my thought is that I don't want any fancy like Wii U features. You don't even have to include off TV play.
yeah.
Just port the game to the Wii U so that we can play.
We've got the Pro Controller, Just,
There you go.
and I feel like that's part of the problem in the message maybe Nintendo is telling developers. Maybe Nintendo needs to say, hey, you don't even have to use the gamepad. Maybe Nintendo just needs to say, hey, if you want to develop it just for the Pro Controller, go ahead. Fans, some people will say, oh, you're super lazy, but at least the game's there.
They're already saying that they're super lazy.
Oh yeah, they're already there. Yeah, but I don't know. It's just so, especially when the development for Battlefield 4 has probably gone on for a couple years, and the Wii U was first announced in 2011. So to me, there's no excuse why you couldn't have had a development kit early enough to be developing Battlefield 4 with enough time for release this at the end of the year. You're not going to convince me of that at all. So,
and whatever's going on between EA and Nintendo, it needs to stop. It's childish.
Oh yeah,
and that's really what it comes down to. We really don't know what happened, but something obviously happened. Everyone's aware of it. Like, I was even thinking back to Madden and FIFA that was released on the Wii U. They were both dumbed down versions. And I don't know how many I don't know if any of you guys play Madden, but this last Madden, EA has actually done a fairly decent job improving Madden throughout the years. At least try to make somewhat of a new aspect to the game. And this year's 2013 was a new hit physics where it was every time you hit something, it was different. It was no same tackle, and it made it kind of weird because body parts fly around weirdly. But anyways, so that was a big addition to Madden 2013. Well, that wasn't in the Wii U version. So basically, Wii U fans got Madden 2012 with an updated roster.
Wow.
Because that was the main new selling point. Like, hey, we added this new hit engine physics. And, oh, no, that's not going to be on the Wii U version. So basically, it's a 2012 game with updated roster.
Yeah,
Well-
and then the FIFA game was different somehow. It didn't have some of the features that the other ones had.
Yeah, same thing with FIFA. I don't remember exactly what it was. But I bought Madden on the 360 because I have Madden 2013. I don't need
See,
it
when they
2012.
do that, they're just hurting themselves.
I know.
Like, they're just hurting themselves. Like,
Yeah.
there are so many options that could happen with the Wii U. You would think they'd want to take advantage of a few of them.
Yeah.
Because it blows my mind.
Yeah.
I don't.
And some. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Jimmy.
And that whole relationship between EA and Nintendo is what really concerned me about Most Wanted coming out.
Yeah.
Because I was really looking forward to it, but then I was like, oh, their relationship is such a rocky ground, though. I don't know what kind of version we're going to get, but the game's incredible.
Yeah, I know. So, and Most Wanted, if anything, gave me hope for Battlefield 4. I was like, hey, maybe we're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel, because the Most Wanted game on Wii U is, from all aspects, it seems like it's the best version.
Well, and that's the thing. Like with Most Wanted is a great example where they took advantage of the features. They gave extra to really entice us to get the game. Where that's what should be happening. And when you give us the old game repackaged, no. Yeah,
and here's the thing. So we did an interview, or we talked. We did a preview event for Need for Speed Most Wanted, and we asked them how long it took to develop Most Wanted on the Wii U. They had a deadline of 10 days to port the game. So in 10 days, they make the best Wii U port that. I mean, there's no other Wii U port on the Wii U right now that's better than Most Wanted, I think. So in 10 days, I mean, they said they got a development kit in late December this last year. So they didn't even have a dev kit all year, okay? They got a dev kit, so like they said December 27, they started work on the Wii U version. By January 15, they had it ready to go.
Wow.
So, DICE, you guys, need to get your act together, because if they can put together, a awesome port of Most Wanted U in 10 days, then come on. I'm gonna be talking to them at E3 and be like, guys, I'll help you port the game.
Yeah.
Well, if Criterion can port it in 10 days, you guys, so ridiculous.
And hasn't there been an Untitled Battlefield rumored for the Wii U for ever?
Yep. Yeah. Did you see on NeoGAF they were busting up EA because it showed John Riccitiello, the CEO that's now stepping down from EA.
Right.
It showed him in 2011 during Nintendo's press conference talking about imagine the world of Battlefield on the Wii U and stuff like this, and it's just like, what a shot to the lower region.
Arrow to the knee.
Yeah. Anyways. So yeah, not happy about that, as you can tell.
The Most Wanted game gives me hope that there might be some kind of
and maybe they could announce a version later on. The fact that Most Wanted was announced 3 months after it came out on the other systems. So there's hope, I think, still for a Battlefield 4 version, but the fact that they don't initially support it, that's concerning.
Right.
Because let's say 4 years down the road, they're coming out with Battlefield 5 or whatever the next one is, and then the excuse is, oh, we wanted just to push super high-end next-gen graphics on, next Xbox, next PlayStation, so that's why it's not on the Wii U. So, same story, different.
Right.
Yeah. It's frustrating.
Definitely.
If I was Nintendo, I would just, I'd be doing more about it. Maybe they are doing stuff about it and we don't see it, but I don't know. If I was Reggie, I would just be, go over there, kick some ass, take some names. You guys put it on the Wii U now.
Yeah, for some reason I don't know that it works like that.
I think it should. Everything should work like that.
There was do you remember Miyamoto said that he was going to be traveling around visiting developers, getting them to make their games for the Wii U?
That's true.
Come on, Miyamoto, put the go to Sweden, get those DICE guys to shape up. So,
imagine that Miyamoto comes up to your doorstep.
Yeah.
Oh, gee, this is awkward.
Yeah. and he starts talking. Why are you not coming to the Wii U? This makes no sense. And they're just like, you're right.
And they would have no excuse.
No, they would not.
All right, moving on to some fan questions, I guess we can call them.
Oh,
sure.
From Richard Phillips on Twitter. He says, "What are your thoughts on downloading games through eShop when it comes to reselling it or running out of storage space?"
Yeah.
Wait, doing what?
Downloading games on the eShop.
Okay.
So what do we think about it?
Yeah, like because you can't resell it, obviously, like
Oh, yeah,
or if you run out of space. And I'm
I
with the
would
one there.
prefer to have the physical copy. If there's a physical copy, I'm gonna want the physical copy.
Yeah, definitely.
At this point, I would want the physical copy.
Yeah, until they get a better way to make me feel better about my digital copies.
Yeah.
Because right now, if my Wii U dies and I get a new Wii U, there's I guess there's sort of a way I can re-download it. I'm sure I can talk to Nintendo support or something, but
that whole system needs to be made easier or better.
It needs to be like mobile phones right now.
Yeah, we should have an account that we're logged into.
Yep, yeah, and we do now. We have Nintendo Network ID.
Yeah, yes, of course.
So it's like that needs to be more mature right now. That needs to be to the point where it keeps track of all my purchases, in there. I can chuck my Wii U out the window, get a new one tomorrow, and be able to download everything that I have.
Yeah.
So, and there needs to be a cool way to collect it. That's part of the problem. We're all collectors in one way or another. I like to have the physical copy. I put it, amongst all my games there. It's nice. But if they made a nice way of that in a digital format to have all of your box arts in a nice little library in your Nintendo Network ID page or something, then you could even share it, show it off to your friends. Or, hey, here's my collection or something on Miiverse or I don't know, something like that where we know that we're going to have those games going forward. The next Nintendo system comes out, we still have a credit of those games that be purchased,
Or, another reason I would go digital if they discounted them.
Yeah, that's
it seems like they should be able. The cost has got to be significantly less when they sell directly from the eShop.
Yep.
Well, then they don't have to print manuals. They don't have to have a case. They don't have to have a physical disc.
They don't have to give part of the proceeds to
whatever store sells it. Yeah.
Right.
Yep. So you avoid the retailer stuff, but
I still think the biggest issue is what Justin was saying, though, is that there's too many horror stories out there where people call customer service and then their response to you is, well, you can buy them over again.
Yeah.
Well, I already did purchase some.
Yeah. And the other thing too, Club Nintendo needs to be involved in this process too. If they're going to make some sort of a universal system, Club Nintendo needs to be a part of that. You've got all those rewards, you've got all that stuff there. So why not, when I download something, I know to a certain extent Club Nintendo has tracked my Virtual Console downloads and stuff on the Wii, and I've had a Club Nintendo account for 10 years, and it has all my games that I've registered over the years. So why can't that be integrated with Nintendo Network?
Well,
that way when these Virtual Console games come out, it's like, oh, Justin already bought it on the Game Boy Advance.
You can actually link your Club Nintendo account to the eShop or whatever, so when you download something, it automatically shows up in Club Nintendo. What I think would be cool, mentioning Club Nintendo, is if they had a Club Nintendo app on the Wii U.
Ah, that would be cool.
That would be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's all.
Or a Club Nintendo managing app. Ooh. No one, copyrighted. Patent,
Patent pending.
Steal the idea. Patent pending.
But yeah, I've had mine linked. Even my Wii, you could link up your Nintendo, Club Nintendo account there. But yeah, it's very limited. It just says, basically put some text in there. Who knows what they're doing on the back end? It's very, it's not as satisfying as if you buy something on Steam. You've got your whole library on there.
Right.
It's gonna be with you for wherever. But
even on Steam recently, weren't there a bunch of people saying that they lost a bunch of games on there?
It's possible. So yeah, there's always those horror stories that.
Well, there was something going on recently with Steam where people like lost a ton of games.
Jeez.
See, and this is why I want the physical copies.
Yeah. Yeah, and especially right now on the 3DS. You know, right now I have New Super Mario Brothers 2 as a downloadable version on my original 3DS, my blue one.
Mm.
And now I have a 3DS XL that's red, and because I don't have the physical copy of the game, I can't even play it on my red one unless I fully transfer everything over. And I've already downloaded new stuff on the red one. So it's like, there's not a good way to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, I want to play New Super Mario Brothers 2 on my new 3DS XL with a nice big screen, but
Nope.
anyway, so yeah, they need to work some things out there. So. We're available, Nintendo, when you need it. They should honestly be subscribed to our podcast.
I think they are.
I'm sure they are.
All right, our next question is, why is Nintendo, I think it's supposed to be ruining the new Flip Note for 3DS? Why is there a fee? Why can't we keep Hatena?
Oh, Hatena?
Hatena,
Yeah.
I guess that's it, yeah.
Yeah, Hatena Flip Note. Yeah, there's a website, right?
Yeah, you can share a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, Hatena. Yeah, Hatena.com. Yeah, flipnote.hatena.com. Yeah.
The reason there's a fee is simple and to make more money, which I'm somewhat fine with, I guess. I don't know. I don't use Flipnote a lot, so I'm not.
I don't either.
Yeah,
So.
I'm not real familiar with Flipnote, so.
Yeah. I played around with it on the DS, and it's pretty. It's unique. It's a cool idea. It's like, creating all these cool different animations and stuff. It's fun to tinker around with, and the 3DS version is pretty cool because you can do different 3D layers.
3Ds, yeah.
But yeah, I'm sure they didn't devote a lot of development to it, and so they're probably just trying to earn some residual income after the fact. I imagine once it goes unsupported, maybe they're going to do some DLC or extended features, and that's what that's paying for. But
What do you have to pay for? Like,
it's like is it a monthly service? What is it?
It's a monthly service, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see.
so it's just like a messaging service then?
You basically create an
You create-
animated video.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
technically you could draw out like a whole 3D cartoon if you wanted to.
You can do cartoons, slideshows, yeah,
Right.
whatever.
Right. Yeah, so it's not quite like, what's the messaging one?
Swap note?
Yeah,
Swap
Or-
note.
Yeah, so it's not SWAT. It's
It's kind of like a more advanced version of Swap Note, I would say.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's a monthly fee. It says a small monthly fee will offer 30-day trial. So, if drawings become super popular, a monthly fee may be waived for free.
Oh.
So it sounds like it's a place where you could upload your creations, and maybe that's part of the cost. I could understand that if they're hosting it or something like that. Maybe that's part of
Well, I
it.
think that's the way it worked before, is that people could upload their stuff and then everybody else could go, kind of like a YouTube sort of vibe almost.
Right. So yeah, he's probably wondering if that was free, why isn't this?
Right.
Same sort of thing, still hosted or whatever, but I don't know. Yeah.
Just become popular, then it's free.
Yeah. Just be good at it.
Be awesome.
Yeah. It's interesting. I don't know why they're doing that.
So Richard tweeted us with our conversation about the eShop channel.
Uh-huh.
And one of the things, he said a few things, but one of the things he said, he's like, he would like a word processor on a 3DS. so it's more like a tablet or phone. Maybe not, probably not full out editing, but at least something you could create a document on like the gamepad or your 3DS.
Like a notepad, like on your iPhone or something that you have. Yeah, I think that would be nice. You can keep passwords or codes and things like that.
You could do that using their web framework. Patent pending. No,
Patent pending. That one's ours.
That's his.
And we got video proof.
Yeah.
Video proof.
I mean, it would work well for, especially with like the stylus or something. You could just like jot a real quick note down and then return to your game or whatever.
Have any of you done the Brain Age demo?
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
Oh, well, for one, yes, it hurt my head. But what I noticed that I really liked about it, I thought the writing in it was really interesting. Like when you wrote, it just felt really good. I felt like it detected how hard you even pushed down. Like it was really interesting. I thought the writing was done a little bit differently than they did in previous games. And it felt more like an actual like writing on paper kind of feel. I don't know if you noticed anything like that when you tried it.
I was actually really surprised how well it detected what I wrote.
Yeah.
Because I figured when I started to write that, man, I'm going to mess up or something, and it's not going to be able to tell what I wrote. But, I mean, it did a pretty good job, like, as I was writing numbers on the touch screen, it recognized them, like, almost flawlessly.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So implement that into a writing app could be interesting.
Yeah.
And that'd be cool. It's something in game you can, like Ben said, you can take notes. They're like, okay, like playing the next Zelda game, the treasure chest is here. You can have like a whole written notes. You can easily pop up, overlay over the screen, look at your notes, like they kind of did with the Zelda game on.
With Zelda, with the
where you can take notes on the map.
Spirit Tracks, isn't that the one?
Spirit Tracks.
No?
Yeah, Spirit Tracks. Yeah.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We gotta stop giving away our ideas.
Yeah. Patent pending. No.
Patent pending, all of it. Ah.
Yeah. If they can develop it, more power to them.
Yeah, exactly.
If they can, then it just shows how easy it is with this.
There you go.
I think that would be cool. Although, then, I mean, if I would want then a keyboard, and I don't know if I would ever use a keyboard on at least my 3DS, I wouldn't use a keyboard, like a physical keyboard.
Yeah. I remember I was so excited when the keyboard came to the Wii, and I used it like that night, and I've never used it
once.
Exactly.
Yeah, I actually plugged a USB keyboard. I was like,
"This is crazy."
I think I sent a message to Kevin and Justin, and that's about it.
This was from a keyboard. That is all.
That is all. Never use it again.
What I wish they would do with the Wii U touchpad or gamepad touchscreen, but I'm not sure that they'll be able to with the kind of touchscreen it is on some phones you can swipe between letters.
Yes. Yeah, I was actually going to mention that, the swipe text or whatever it's called.
Yeah, because tapping is okay, but after a while I'm like, man, I really wish I could just like swipe the word.
Yeah. Yeah, have you guys used the swipe texting method?
I don't think so.
It's super, super fast. It's one thing that we don't have as iPhone users, unfortunately.
Then I
was
have
gonna say I don't think our iPhones have it.
Yeah, so it's not available.
My Samsung Galaxy does.
Yeah. So on Android, but basically, you have your keyboard, your QWERTY keyboard on your phone. It's all touch. Well, you just start with the first letter.
Oh, okay. I saw images of this. Yes.
Yeah, and you basically just zigzag all around to the next letter. But what they're finding is it's super fast. So you can, like and then just go down to space, but people are getting really fast at it, and it's a lot faster than typing even with.
Oh yeah, because you're just sliding to each letter.
Yeah. And it has some intelligent, software, so it knows, okay, you stopped around this. I know you're making the word the, or it has some dynamic autocorrection as it goes.
And it's not always great. Like sometimes when I'm I want to say one word, it's like saying something completely different, so I have to kind of reread what I wrote.
It's autocorrect. It's in everything.
Yeah.
But it is super fast, and I find that I don't even have to press space. Like, if I put my finger down, swipe around, then take my finger off, and then put it down again to do another word, it automatically
takes that as a space.
Yeah.
And don't even,
that sort of thing would be really cool on the Wii U.
yeah, and you really don't even have to be that accurate either. Like, I could miss some of the letter. It'd say what I wanted to say. It's kind of weird. Anyways.
Actually, it wouldn't be too hard to code on the Wii U. Let's do that.
Totally off topic, but not even Nintendo related, but the new Galaxy phone looks amazing. I just have to say that. The 4, yeah. Their press conference was a little interesting. I don't know if you guys saw anything about it. Basically, they did it as a Broadway play, and they got they got a lot of flack for it. Basically, yeah, it's a huge production. It was like an hour long, and it's really ridiculous. But the things that they have on the phone look pretty cool.
They were trying to do like a Microsoft Connect sort of thing.
It was awful. It was awful.
Didn't Microsoft do something for like a big circus or something like that?
Well, they did kids petting animals and the Connectimals and different stuff. And
I mean, I'm sure when we're at E3, we'll see some interesting press conferences.
Yes.
But that was awful.
Yeah, I thought Microsoft did something strange when they announced the Kinect for the first time or something. Like, had some big production, and everybody was like, "This is weird."
Maybe, I don't know.
Anyways.
Yes, yes.
Anyway, that's all I have for the day.
Yeah. We digress.
We digress. You guys have anything else final to say?
Battlefield on the Wii U.
Yes. Dice, make it happen. I know they're watching.
I know they're watching.
Someone probably tweeted to Dice's Twitter account right now, like, "Hey, those pure Nintendo guys are bashing you. I better get on there."
Yeah, they're totally dogging on you.
Oh, yes. My email is blowing up right now. Oh.
Anyways, thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys 2 weeks from now.
Good. See you guys.